Good evening, ladies and gents. This is the Mckee to Calculus, starring Timothy Mckee. Here he is, the one and only.
Alright, we're going to start the review just on number 3. We're integrating the constant 6 with respect to x. It's a very quick, easy integral. 6x, don't forget, plus c. It's indefinite, so we have to have a plus c on the end. Same thing in number 4. Integrate each part independent of one another. This x will go up to 4. We're going to have a 3/4 in front. Minus. This is going to be cubed. Have to have a 2/3 in the front. And 5x from the 5. Don't forget plus c. Don't trip either. Alright? Square root functions or cubic root functions. Anytime you have a root, change the problem around. Make it into an integral of x to the 2/3. The 3 on the outside is the root. Looking at a problem like this makes it much easier to evaluate because the power rule works perfectly. 1 above 2/3 is going to be 5/3. So x to the 5/3, and that's going to yield the 3/5 in front. And again, indefinite means we have to have plus c into that one. Alright. Number 6 is a lot harder, at least it appears that way. It's really not. We're still just going to use some algebra and simplify this. With every integral, your first step is to think, can you do it with simply the power rule? If the answer is no, the next question is, can we use algebra to simplify this? Well, we've got x's in both terms in the numerator and an x on the bottom, so we can absolutely simplify this into x squared plus 1 dx. Integrating this yields, the x is going to take on a 3, we're going to have a 1/3 in the front, and this 1 turns into an x, add a c on the end. There's number 6. Number 7. Now we finally got a definite integral. We no longer need to worry about the plus c. The c's would cancel out if we were to plug them in. So integrating this gives us 1/3 x cubed, and we're going to evaluate that from 2 to 4. Simplifying this, plug the 4 in, we get 4 cubed is 64. 64 times a third, 64/3 minus, plug in the 2, 2 cubed is 8, minus 8/3, the blessed fraction, and 64/3 minus 8/3 gives us 56/3, and is the end of number 7. Number 8, exactly the same deal as number 7, except they're trying to confuse us by saying we're integrating from 0 to some unknown constant a. We're going to change this around just like we did in number 5 into x to the 1/2 power from 0 to a with respect to x. The x is going to go up, the 1/2 goes up by 1, giving us 3/2. 2/3 must be in front. We don't worry about a plus c because again it's definite. We're going from 0 to a. Plugging this in is 2/5 of a to the 3/2 minus, plug in the 0, make sure it equals 0, it won't always. In this case it does. 0 to the 3/2 is still 0, 0 times 2/5 still 0. Our final answer then is just going to be simply 2/5 a to the 3/2. The answer might not look like this. They could simplify 2/5 a to the 3/2, maybe making it look more like 2/5 of the square root of a cubed. The cube being up there and the 2 on the bottom being the root. That's the end of these problems. Let's tune in for the next set.
Thank you, Mr. Mckee. You've done a great job.